Hello! This is just a quick catch-up video, hopefully. Mostly things that I've picked up in the last week. Because I had a great week, to be honest. I had a few days over in Ireland where I just stayed out of record shops, just did all the charities, found plenty of things that were worth grabbing, and then I had a day in the northeast before I came home. So I called in at that shop in North Shields where I've been before. Again, found loads of great things. Not spent loads of money. Found loads of things for £1 basically that are really interesting, worth loads more. Also, I'd spent a bit of time just going through a few. I'd got loads of 7-inch singles, just things that I'd accumulated and not worked through. And there's a few of those mixed in as well. Just things that were interesting or entertained me. This first one is one of those actually. So I just grabbed this fairly recently, I think. Just got this because it was a promo of We Have All the Time in the World by Louis Armstrong, which is a song written by John Barry and Hal David for James Bond on Her Majesty's Secret Service. But I hadn't realised that this actually makes reference to that. And there's actually a spoken word introduction about the film and the song at the start of this single-sided 7-inch. So I don't think this is on Discogs, or I've not found it. Anyway, I've recorded that track and put it on YouTube. Got this in North Shields. So this is from 1990, and it's all Rai music, which is basically 80s North African and Algerian sort of traditional music, but informed by Western electronic music. So, it's sort of got that 80s electronic dance sound, sort of that production. So there's a few different artists on here. I think, don't know, is that going to focus? Cheb Khaled. I've got some things by him. Haven't listened to this yet, but there was one track by, I think it's the lead track by Cheb Zahouani, which is really good, so I've put that on the playlist. This was another one. This just looked like a compilation of Sudanese music, but it's actually I think it's a studio album by this guy, Abdul Gadir Salim. And again, I don't know if you can read that, but it's basically saying this area of Sudan, Kordofan, has got sort of quite a lot of Arabic influence in its culture and music. And this is music informed by that. He's on vocals and oud, also features accordion and tabla. Not all these were on YouTube, so I've recorded one of those and put that up there. Really pleased to find this. So I wasn't aware of this album. This is Hortens Ellis. So she's Jamaican sort of lovers rock and reggae artist. I've got a few singles by her. This was £20. This album's incredibly scarce. It's from 1979, but I mean 20 quid's about the going rate. And it's another one of those lovers rock releases that I think's really nice, really scarce, doesn't command any money. None of these tracks are on YouTube. Side B works best for me. I was familiar with this track, Jah Created the World. I think it's just titled Jah Creation on a single that I've got, which is a really scarce and desirable single. This is a different version. This track, Girls, as well, has got I think that might be a different version of another single release. Anyway, I've recorded all these and I put these 2 lead tracks on there, and they're absolutely brilliant. So well happy with that for £20. This was a find, Avon Calling, the Bristol compilation. So this is all artists that I'm not familiar with. Again, is that gonna focus? Yeah, so I didn't recognise any of these. I haven't studied them all, but I mean, honestly, this album's great. I mean, it's 79. It's all sort of post-punk and a bit experimental. There's 3 tracks that I've put on there. I mean, I'd really recommend this release. Double Vision, The Numbers, Sneak Preview. So I've put all those up there. Double Vision might be my favourite. That's sort of female vocal and got a bit more of a reggae influence. But yeah, those 3 artists seemingly, never put out any releases in their own name. There's a few compilations and later things, but yeah, it was basically this and that was it. So yeah, well happy with this. It's on this label, Tom Tom Club. So this is Genius of Love from their self-titled debut. I mean, I really like Tom Tom Club. I went to see them live about 10 years ago when they toured in the UK again. Saw them at the Brudenell Social Club. I've had lots of their releases, but I've never kept hold of any of them. I've sort of always decided, maybe I don't need this. When am I going to listen to it? Like when am I going to listen to Wordy Rapping Hood at home? Probably never going to want to. But the reason that I'm keeping this is for the B-side, Lorelei instrumental long version, and this is just amazing. So well pleased with that. I was over the moon to find this. This was a record that I was after because I thought this is a 12-inch single from '84. Tullio de Piscopo, so Italian percussionist, and done loads of stuff. Don't really know anything about him, but this track is amazing. And it's basically like an extended remix of a track on one of his 80s albums. I think it's from the previous year. So yeah, so I'd already got this single, but mine doesn't have a cover, so I was sort of looking out for it. Oh yeah, it says Club Mix here, doesn't it? And it's just an amazing 80s sort of percussive dance tune with Italian vocals, I guess. It's on this label. This I got in, I think I paid like about £4 for this. So this is Inner City Express. This is from '78. They were a sort of UK funk disco band. Only put out singles. Oh no, that's the A-side there, Shoe Dig Dancing. It's this one that I really like, Fat on Funk. So that's the one I've put on the playlist. Got this in Northern Ireland, Hamilton Bohannon, Foot Stomping Music. Paid £1 for this. It's probably worth £1. And yeah, it's absolutely, it's just amazing. It just sounds like, Hamilton Bohannon at his best, really. It's from '75. It's from Insides Out LP, which I don't think I've ever heard. I got another copy of this. I've already got this, In Deep. Last Night a DJ Saved My Life. This is really familiar, probably worth £1 again, but yeah, I really like this original version of this tune. That's from '82. So I paid £4 for this in North Shields. So it's Jimmy Young, Times Are Tight. This is from, I think it's 80. Maybe this pressing's '83, but it was originally out in '82. So yeah, I wasn't familiar with him. It turns out he's only done a couple of singles from New York. So yeah, it's just a really excellent sort of early '80s boogie tune. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, Womack and Womack, Love Wars. So I've shown the debut album. Actually, I've got it here. So I was showing this recently. I've played this and yeah, really enjoyed this the whole way through. And I see quite a few of the singles from this knocking about for not very much money. Probably the 12-inch singles are the ones I'm after. But yeah, this is another single from that. Again, like paid £1, probably worth £1. Love Wars. I think this is an edited version, yeah. And an amazing track again. So this is Patrice Rushen. Haven't You Heard? This is from 1980. Got this a couple of weeks ago, actually, just from a stall on Leeds Market. It was priced at £5, which is very reasonable, to be honest, which is why I grabbed it. But yeah, that's a great tune. And it's from one of her albums that I've never heard, actually, Pizzazz, which I would like to get. This was probably my favourite find, actually, of the week. I paid a tenner for it, which is about right. Idris Muhammad, For Your Love. This is just an amazing tune. Yeah, absolutely love it. 1980. It's from his album Make It Count, which, reading up on it, people are making out that this is the standout from that album, but maybe there's a couple of other good things on there. So, yeah, the prelude is like a 30-second sort of orchestral introduction, which just basically sets up the tune, and then it just doesn't let up from there. It's just, I love this. Roy Ayers, Let's Do It. So I got this in a charity shop in Northern Ireland. It was priced at £7, which I think, for me, for a Roy Ayers album, this is reasonable, but it's probably about the Discogs median, because I guess most of these are in America, and that's what informs the price. So I haven't listened to this in full, but it's got the track Sweet Tears, which I'm already obsessed with. That is a beautiful song. Was well happy to find this. William DeVaughn, Be Thankful for What You've Got. So this is from 74. Only recently been aware of his debut album that this is taken from, but this is one of the standouts. And yeah, I'm just delighted to find that. This was one that I'd had for a while. Can't remember when I picked this up. So this is MSO, Main Street Salsa Orchestra. And I don't know much about these. It's from 1981. So the A-side, The Music Man, that's not why we're here. It's the B-side, Columbia, which is just a really up-tempo, sort of Latin disco funk tune with lots of horns and piano. And yeah, again, this is just a cheap record. I think a few quid. I think the 12-inch single version's not anymore. And yeah, I just love that track. Yeah, never seen this before. I don't know anything about football, but Mexico 86 is the first World Cup I can remember, and I can just remember this typography, which is really sort of very striking. So I guess this must be like some music commissioned by the BBC. It's on this later BBC label. For Grandstand. But I mean, I didn't recognise that lead track. But the reason that I'm showing it is for the B-side, Mayan Interlude, which is really good. If I'd have found this sooner, I would have probably included this in that library music video that I did, because it's probably sort of where mid-80s library-style synth-based music ended up, because I'd probably say all three of these tracks fit into that category. So yeah, I was really pleased with that. This was another one. This is a bit of fun, really. This is another one that I'd just had sitting around and not really paid it much attention. Say No to the Stranger Danger song, Say No to Strangers. I mean, if you're of a certain age from the UK, you remember this song. Because it was sort of high profile. This was from 83, so, I was about 6 or 7 then. So yeah, it was just a tune. I mean, you can read about it all on here. Some PC from Nottinghamshire Constabulary has put this together, and Yeah, it's just about warning kids of the dangers of strangers. Like, possibly simpler times. Things seem like we've got a lot more to worry about these days. The reason that I'm showing it is because it's got an instrumental version on the B-side, which just tickles me. So I've recorded that, put it on YouTube. And then, yeah, finally this one. So I mean, there's loads of Christian records in Northern Ireland, and I didn't really find any that grabbed me. But this was included in amongst a load of them, and yeah, it's a live. I think it must be. I'm not sure what. I mean, I paid £1 for it. I think it must be from the mid-60s, early 60s maybe. And it's a live exorcism of a woman possessed by demons that's been recorded, well, you know, on stage, presumably at some sort of, exorcism. So, yeah, a bit unusual. I loved the sleeve. Some skeptic has sort of put a comment on YouTube saying how convenient it is that this demon is one of the most well-spoken and polite demons that you could hope to meet. Which he doesn't swear or cuss or anything, which is convenient for the record label and for the preacher. But I don't know. You can have a listen and make your own mind up. Cheers.